I'm Ira Antelis, and I composed the project, Gone But Not.
I think you could do better than that. Go back and do that again. He's cracking up. I love it.
Many years ago, I decided that we should do a project together. My lifelong friend, amazing piano player.
I'm Lee Musiker. I'm the pianist, and we're celebrating the release of Gone But Not, this very musical, very personal, and multifaceted project.
The overall thematic idea was that people are really never gone from our lives once they enter it. You hear people's voice even when they're not with you.
It's a real symbiotic thing because Ira wrote the tunes, I arranged them and played them, so it has both of our stamps on it.
Yes, I could sit down and write it, but the embellishments and the interpretations are at a level nobody would understand. He could make the telephone book sound amazing.
Very kind and very true. We're both guys from New York, both from Brooklyn, a year apart in age, and exposed to a lot of the same music. The connective tissue, you may never know really what it is. It's unspoken and it's there, and you may never find it, and you don't need to find it. That was good. That was really good.
What originated as a piano project, I thought to market it, it might be great to do some other things. Why don't we take this beautiful piano record and maybe give it to some people, and they could do sort of some remixes, alternate versions that nobody ever heard of. The overall thing we call duality. So the thought was, has anybody ever put out a project simultaneously where you hear the original and you hear the remix?
That's what's new, right?
And that's what's new, because we have not found anybody that has done that.
And I said, you know what, let's try yet another facet. This music is so good, instead of solo piano, I suggested we add bass and drums. I said, let's do something at the Jazz Showcase.
So we have the trio version, so
right,
it was like another incarnation of it.
The beauty of these tunes is that they're still growing.
He didn't want to do this collaboration, so we could start.
I don't think you should go into that.
Yeah,
no,
absolutely.
no, strike that. No,
the truth, yes.
No, this is the part they're going to do.
Oh, no, yes, you do this because this is the truth. Maybe 40 years ago, I should have, come on, let's go, we'll do this. And he might not want to do it, but he'll come along. But I realize now, as much as I was hawking or bugging, it's like he's pretty set in his ways as I'm set in mine. But I just had that feeling, you know, like just keep giving him music and we'll find a date and we'll get him here. And
I love you, but you're going to please strike that. The hawking, the begging, he's set in his ways. It makes me sound like an old fuck.
You didn't want to do it at first, and I'm like, okay, but you should do it. And that's the fun part of the story.
This is the fun part of the interview, because now we're really getting somewhere. This is the material they really want. Yes, you asked, and I thought about it. I went to the airport, and it was as simple as that.
You ever have to lay anything out on a platter? I probably wrote 70 or 80 things, hoping to get 10 things, 15 things that he would like. Because of a relationship, you know, we could sit down together and egos are sort of put aside, and I'm like, well, I don't really like this section here, but if we did this to it, you know, and that's how we formed it.
That's right. Never any conflict.
Except the titles. The beginnings of the relationship, I think, laid the foundation of the relationship. I don't believe in life there are coincidences. And I remember, like I'm sitting here, one of my first days at State University of New York in Binghamton, thinking that I would sort of make a career in music. I could tell you exactly where the practice room was. And I heard Lee play. 2 years later, a year and a half later, we just accidentally met at summer camp at Eastman. And we really bonded. And then I followed him to Manhattan School of Music, and it just developed a lifelong friendship. When you find someone you could talk to about music that understands what you're saying, there are very few people that can do that.
This is truly a collaboration of two musicians that care about each other. We talk more about family than we really do about anything else, because that's what's important. I think that Ira was always destined to be a composer rather than necessarily a performer.
I'm not quite sure I've ever done anything as meaningful project-wise, because the amount of years in our friendship is all behind that, and it's really been quite special.
And I think anybody that listens to this album will come away with enjoying the music, enjoying the intention, and having an idea about the two guys behind this. I think this is the most important thing, is who we are, how it comes out in the music. It's simple as that, very basic. Let's hope and pray for another 40, huh, Tiger? How's that?
It's not happening, but we'll...
That's happening.
Use the outtakes.
Yeah.
You mean use the ones that I said don't use?
We're only doing the ones that you said don't use. Of course not.
It'll be funny.